Welcome to the inaugural Dancing with the Ann Arbor Stars, a benefit supporting Rudolph Steiner School. Along with our co-host, the Ecology Center. So my name is Steve Coulter, and I'm the current chair of the board for Rudolph Steiner School. And I'm really happy to be able to kick this off tonight. But I have to tell you that I'm slightly disappointed I wasn't asked to dance. And I know that I'm known for not thinking on my feet, but I still can move my feet.
Yeah, this way.
So maybe next year. I want to thank Katrina Klapaki and Donica Varner for this event. Done a great job in setting this up, and we're going to have a blast tonight. I can feel it. So I also have to tell you that I feel a little underdressed. And admittedly, I didn't pay a lot of attention to the itinerary tonight until today. So when I picked it up, it said cocktail attire. And I grew up in a small town in the thumb of Michigan with about 1,000 people. And in my town, we didn't have cocktails. It was beer or it was bourbon. And so I went into my closet and I picked what I thought was the best I could do if I was going to have a cocktail. And here I am. So the Steiner School is celebrating 30 years of Waldorf education in Ann Arbor, and a real milestone. And I'm happy to have had a chance to be a part of it. I have two daughters that have graduated from the school, started Steiner School in Rochester Hills, and came here for the high school. And I have to tell you that it's interesting once your children, you have a chance to reflect on what that's meant to them and their families and your family. And I have to tell you that for those of you who are younger, for those of you who are younger parents, now realize that you are also have a chance to get an education. And I have been the benefactor of that too. My association with this school has really meant a lot to my wife Carol and I. And I want to share a little story for you that will show that. So I was together with some college teammates. We get together every spring. And I hooked up with these guys 3 years ago. And the first gathering we had, it was really great. We were talking about life and how it is today, and they were telling me all that they do. And each time someone would say, I golf 3 times a week, they'd look at me and say, Cole, do you do that? No. And so then something else would come up. And finally, my friend from Brooklyn, and I love him, and he's a chubby Italian guy, and he looks at me and he says, Cole, what the hell do you do? And it was interesting because it struck me. I had to think about it, and I said, well, I work my job. I spend some time with my family, and I'm in service to an organization that I really care about. And I think that's the part of the education at Steiner School that I most admire is that these kids feel an obligation, right, to contribute positively as an adult to society, to culture, and I have learned through them those same lessons. So just wanted to share that with you. So tonight promises to be an entertaining event and talk about a guy who's been in service. I get the pleasure of introducing Mike Garfield, who's the director of the Ecology Center. And I'm just going to read, I was provided such an excellent script. I want to tell you a little bit about money. So the Ecology Center is a Michigan-based environmental organization that works at the local, state, and national levels for clean production, healthy communities, environmental justice, and a sustainable future. They are the parent organization of Recycle Ann Arbor, a community-based nonprofit organization that provides easy and convenient recycling services for residents and businesses, and of Energy Works Michigan, a nonprofit provider of clean energy services. Mike has been in practice public interest environmental advocacy in Michigan since 1987, and he's served as the director of the Ecology Center since 1993. His advocacy work has specialized in solid waste, environmental health, energy, and land use policy. He's one of the principal architects of Ann Arbor's nationally regarded recycling program, leading the most successful bonding proposal in city history. Since 1999, he has led 6 successful ballot campaigns that are now funding the preservation of over 10,000 acres of land in southeast Michigan. Mike, we're happy to be co-hosting this with you, and welcome.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you, everybody, for coming. I also want to welcome you to this terrific event. And I want to start by mentioning the last time that the Ecology Center and the Steiner School collaborated on a fundraising project together. It was a little different than this. About 8 or 9 years ago, the Ecology Center staged our annual bike-a-thon at the Steiner School on Newport. And it was a marvelous event. It was going beautifully, and the skies opened up, and it rained, and it poured, and it didn't stop. And the 200, 300 cyclists who were there together in their cycling clothes got soaked and to the bone, and you couldn't move without getting caked in mud. It was a torrential downpour. It looked like a mud bath. It was nothing like what we planned, but it was very outdoorsy. And now look at us tonight. Look at us tonight. We all clean up very nicely. So the Ecology Center celebrated its 40th anniversary last year. Some of you, I think, know us well. As Steve mentioned, we started the first recycling program in the state of Michigan back in 1970, the precursor to what's now Recycle Ann Arbor. In the 1980s, we created the first toxics reporting program in the state. In the 1990s, we led a statewide campaign to close all the medical waste incinerators in the state of Michigan. And in the last decade, we helped lead the campaigns that created the Ann Arbor Greenbelt program, the County Natural Areas program, and the other great local land preservation programs that exist in this region. Today we run the Healthy Stuff website that tells you what toxic chemicals are in the products around your home, the consumer products you may want. We run the Healthy Food in Healthcare program that's promoting a sustainable food system by building demand for healthy food in the healthcare industry. And we've been working to promote climate solutions in the local area as well as statewide. As Steve mentioned, we're the people behind the Energy Works Michigan program. 2 whose staff people are here today. And the Energy Works Michigan program is a new statewide service that's providing clean energy improvements to schools across the state of Michigan. And in our most recent collaboration with the Rudolph Steiner School of Ann Arbor, we've been working together on bringing those clean energy improvements to the high school over on Pontiac Trail. It's a terrific collaboration. And tonight, of course, we're delighted to be partnering again with the Steiner School to raise money and to enjoy some dancing. And the person who's going to lead us through the program is none other than one of our local treasures, a treasure of our local music community, Linda Young. Linda, I think many of you know, is the morning radio host for WEMU 89.1 FM. the jazz radio station. It's the NPR station affiliated with Eastern Michigan University. Linda also serves as the station's music director. She is a self-taught jazz radio programmer and host, having worked as a music publicist and who juggled multiple jobs at a time in order to pursue her love for music, and in particular jazz music. Some of her favorite jazz artists include Billie Holiday, Thelonious Monk, and Duke Ellington, who she actually met as a 4-year-old child. In 2009 and again in 2010, Linda was named the National Jazz Programmer of the Year by Jazzweek magazine. In 2006, the Jazz Journalists Association selected Linda for its highest honor, the Willis Conover Marion McPartland Award for Excellence in Jazz Journalism. Linda's community service is far-reaching. She dedicates her time and expertise to in support of jazzistry, UMS, the EMU Jazz Ensemble, the Michigan Jazz Festival, the Ann Arbor Summer Festival, the Ypsilanti District Library, the Detroit International Jazz Festival, the Detroit Blues Society, it goes on, the American Cancer Society, and many other worthy causes. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Linda Young.
Oh, you know, Mike forgot to mention that WEMU hosts issues of the environment as well, and we love to support the Ecology Center. I am thrilled about supporting this particular cause. I didn't have the chance to have a Waldorf education as you are offering to your sons and daughters and granddaughters and grandsons and the like. But I do recall that I went to elementary school in one of the finest public schools in the nation, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And that firm foundation of great music and art and all, and the gymnastics and dancing and all of it really stood me well when I moved on to do more in my personal education. And I must admit, I'm not a university type. I am the product of a liberal arts education from a small college where you studied lots of different things to become a very well-rounded person. And so I say to you, congratulations for believing in that full, well-rounded education. You're doing the right thing. Give yourself a round of applause. Really are. We want to thank some people who did the absolute right thing by being major sponsors this evening, and on the foxtrot level, if you will. Our major sponsor is Meadowlark Energy. Meadowlark Energy provides a homeowner's comprehensive service for improving your home or building's energy performance. They are offering a special, and it is information at the back of your event program for details. Roomba sponsors this evening include the Ann Arbor School of Yoga, Bank of Ann Arbor, Brighton Ford, CMR Mechanical, Raymond James Financial Services, and Vis-a-Vis Skin, Spa, and Body Work. Now we are here to raise funds for that Rudolph Steiner School and the Ecology Center, and you do it by voting. Have everybody bought their votes yet? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I heard enough applause. You can buy your votes right over there at that table. There's another table to buy your votes. You can buy a vote from the strolling green sash vote sellers. Aren't they just gorgeous? Strolling green sash vote sellers. And we've got a really special deal for you. If the votes are $20 a piece, if you buy 5 votes, you then get in on the raffles for these incredible centerpieces. And you can take some of these centerpieces home. So that's how you get your centerpiece raffle. So the votes cast tonight will be added to the online voting, and the star who who raises the most money will receive something very special. So one of these stars will get something quite special. They will receive a weekend stay for two at the Aberdeen Stone Cottage in Traverse City, Michigan. Bonnie and Bill Matthias, owners of this beautiful B&B, donated the package. And the Matthiases are grandparents of 2 children at the Steiner School. It's reminiscent of stone cottages in Aberdeen, Scotland. It's in the Grand Traverse region, and it's very close to the gorgeous parks and beaches and bike trails in downtown Traverse City. The cost of the centerpiece raffle ticket is also $1 if you want to buy some additional. Steiner parent Craig Stockard designed and built the containers for the occasion, and a special thanks to the Steiner parents who gave their time and talents to create these floral arrangements. Yeah, beautiful. They are Andrea, Johan Peter, Kendra, Daria, Lisa Lucas, and Mandy Stockard. So let's give them all a round of applause. Everybody put your hand. Heart, decoration, and now, the moment of truth. So let's get started with dancing with the Ann Arbor Stars. And we begin. We're going to see a video presentation on each of our stars, and then you will see the live dance. So let's meet Gretchen Preston, founder and president of Gretchen's House Child Development Centers, through her video introduction. Enjoy.